Action.
Shalom. All right, we're going to give all praises and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Ruach Kodash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders and great ministers with you well. Salutations to the hope of the elect. Akim, Tesadakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity, man. All right. With the priests of Great Millstone, man. Blessed with another week to teach this word, bring out prophecy, right? That's right. And what we want to get into, right? We have to speak in code, all right, about the small hats, the shit that they got going on over there in the Middle East, because what's going on over there is prophesied in scriptures like Joel the 3rd chapter, what have you, okay? And also in the book of Jeremiah, it speaks about the lease of the flocks and draw them out.
That's Jeremiah 15:16.
Get it. But before we get that, we have to expose that the small hats over there that are calling themselves Jewish, all right, are not the true people of the Lord. Read that for me. Revelations 2:9. Revelations 2:9. Either one.
Yeah.
What's it say?
Revelation 2:9.
Yeah. This is Jeremiah Revelation chapter 2 verse 9, and it says, "I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich."
Right. So when this was being written at the time, it was speaking about the so-called Jews. Us. It was talking about us back then. All right, not being true Jews. But we use this today to pertain to the so-called white man because they're running around calling themselves Jews. We're Jews. We're the real Jews, but you're not the real people of the Lord. All right, and people are waking up to that. Right.
It says, "And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not."
Right. They're saying that the patriarchal descendants of Judah, the sons of Israel. All right, but they're not. All right. Why? Was that Romans? The Spirit bears witness with our spirit. All right. Now we are the children of the Most High. When you go to Revelation 19th chapter, in the 10th verse, it tells you, all right, that the spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So the prophecies in the scriptures, all right, concerning the Lord's people, let you know who the Lord's people are. All right, when you read Deuteronomy 28th chapter, it doesn't fit the so-called Jew. They were not brought into the land of Egypt, all right, again with ships. All right, by the way, Egypt just represents bondage. Who fits that? The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Namely, all right, the Negro here in America is a true Jew. All right?
Yep. It says, "And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not."
And are not, man. All right? They're saying that they're the real Jews, but they're not the real Jews. Okay? They don't fit the stuff that, they don't fit the Jews that you read about in the scriptures. They don't fit that, man. All right? You're going to tell me the chosen people of the Lord get sunburned? How does that make sense? It doesn't make sense, all right? And somebody get Jeremiah 14:2 real quick. This is one of our foundation scriptures, okay? Because guess what? Color is in the Bible, all right? When we come in this thing, well, that's one of the first things we learn. Color is in the Bible, all right? The UFOs, the chariots, all these things, but the color scriptures is one of our primary colors, man.
Jeremiah chapter 14 verse 2, it says, "Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish."
Now, Judah is who? Judah is the Jew. The term Jew is actually a derogatory term. Right. All right, that's what the Babylonians put upon us in the Babylonian captivity when you had Judah, Benjamin, and Levi in captivity. But if instead of calling you a Jew and you a Benjamin and you a Levite, y'all all just Jews. Y'all all just niggas. All right. Right. So it's the same thing. All right. So Judah, go ahead. It says, read it again.
It says, "Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish."
Now, come on, all right, right there. Is the so-called Jew in mourning? Is the so-called Jew in mourning? How? They run every goddamn thing, man. They're not in a state of mourning, okay? They're running the world right now. Their gates are not languishing, meaning their leaders. Their leaders don't languish. Their leaders run every goddamn thing. Their leaders run Hollywood. Their leaders run the sport industry. Yeah, you got Jake throwing the football and running the football. Who the fuck are their owners, though? So-called Jews, all right?
Also, the Jews also control America. Look at the whole cabinet of this dude, Joe Biden. They're all Anthony Blinken. All of them, they're all Victoria Newton. They're all Jews, man. So-called Jews, man.
Yeah, you go into the presidency, you find out a lot of them are related. All right. So, and that's done by design. They understand bloodlines and passing on your seed and That's how come amongst some so-called Jews in the upper East, they still practice things like the ancient world. So in this way, you're like, oh, you married your cousin, you married your niece. Motherfucker, that's how things are done. Because you wanted to keep that bloodline pure, and they do that. You see what I'm saying? They do that. Them Rothschilds, you think you can't be some regular nigga think you just gonna plant your seed up in a Rothschild like that.
Ain't gonna happen.
You know? and if you do that, like Jay Electronica, because he got with one of them, all right? It's a woman, you out there. We don't give a fuck about you out there now. But to be on some sort of, right, exactly. But to be on a royal position in there, you know, they keep it close.
They don't give the women in the family positions of power within handling business. And Jacob Rothschild said out his own mouth that they intermarry.
And you know something else real quick? When Jacob, I'm sure Bauer, when he had his four sons and 5 sons, wherever they were, that took over Europe, he had daughters too. He had like mad children, like 13 or 14 children. 4 or 5 sons, and the rest was daughters. He only gave his sons positions of power, control over France, control over Great Britain, control over Germany, control over certain parts of the banking industry that they control, but they didn't give no control to the women. You gotta ask yourself why.
Well, yeah, women don't carry no lineage. All right, yo, real quick, since we're on the topic, real quick, give me numbers. The pedigree of their fathers. Yeah, we have to get that real quick. Hey, this is spirit. Spirit just flow. You might say, look, I'm gonna talk about this right now, but look, you jump around.
The spirit goes.
You jump around. It's like the wind, man. All right.
Yeah, I got you. This is Numbers 1 and 18. Numbers 1 and 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
By the house of their fathers, man. All right. That's how come when you go to war, kill off all the men, you keep the woman. Why? Because your seed is the one that's going to determine everything, man. All right? Not the woman. So they know that at the upper East, they don't push it out there too much, but they still practice ancient world-like customs, man. All right? In terms of keeping the royal bloodline pure. All right? Don't be surprised if they, same way we know who we are in the spirit, the 12 tribes, guess what? Esau had 12 dukes. Okay? So don't be surprised if they, oh shit, you know what, I'm this person coming back. Yeah, man. They know, look, this guy Evelyn is not no regular Edomite. He had to go back to such and such. The scriptures tell you, so-called white man is wiser than Daniel. Daniel knew his tribe. So you think the so-called white man don't know his tribe? All right? Somebody get on Isaiah, I was destroying this covering the face. I was destroying this mountain, the face of the covering. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, shit, check it. Because pretty much the so-called white man is masqueraded, all right, put a mask on all the true nationalities in the Bible and said, look, this is that person now. Just what, in the 50s, Iran, they would call themselves Persians. And Persians.
No. They started calling themselves Persians. They started calling themselves Persians in 1932.
That's not even that long ago, all right? That's no more than like a lifetime ago, all right? And who did that? Who influenced that? So-called fucking white men, all right? Asians, Leo Scipio Asiaticus, Africans, Leo Scipio Africanus. He's putting these names on these people, man. Just like when you have a movie, all right, I'm having a movie, your name's Shemaiah, all right, in my movie, look, you're gonna play some dude named Fred, all right? You're gonna play some dude named Johnson. But you've been casted in a role. I put a cast over you. You know, at the end of the movie, they say this is the casting, this person's played by this person, that person, all right? That's what the so-called white man has done. In his movie, all right, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you're gonna play the role of these niggas. You're gonna be a Spic. You're gonna be a fucking Jamaican. You're gonna be a West Indian, a West Savage, all right? Puerto Rican. That's what you're gonna be. That's what's going on right now. But we telling you, look, when you roll the credits behind, all right, all the true nationalities are found in this Bible. And the Lord is slowly taking the veil off that, man. Starting with you so-called Jews, man. You rats. People are waking up to you, man. All right, this internet thing has crippled, all right, your secrecy. And just like it says in the book of Isaiah, the 47th chapter, that skirt's being lifted up and everybody's seeing the nakedness, all the sins, all the robberies, all the lies, all the atrocities that the so-called Jews done in the world, man. And if you say something about that, what the hell can happen?
Job chapter 9, verse 24, it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
All right, so we know now who's running the planet Earth. Amongst all the nations, all the 18 nations, all right, who's in the most chief policy? Well, the so-called white man. But then again, amongst the so-called white man, one particular tribe, if you will, all right, of the so-called white man, Amalek, the so-called Amalek, that's who they are. All right, and they do everything to cover that. They'll call themselves every other thing under the sun except that, man. You know, and they've infiltrated different nations. And there's a term called crypto Jew. What's a crypto Jew? A crypto Jew is someone that might have the appearance of another nation. I'll give you a good example: the House of Saudi Arabia. They're crypto Jews. A brother in Holland did a show on it years ago. All right, you can look into yourself. All right. The Saudi royal family, really, their descendants go back to so-called Jews, man. You know what they did? They went in that land of Arabia, well, Saudi Arabia, all right, changed their names. That's big amongst the so-called Jews. Change their last names. That's how they put that mask on, all right, intermingle or what have you, all right, and then slowly take a nation over.
That's the second. But you have, they call Arab Nazis, you know, whereas you had Great Britain in the 30s. What they did was they created the House of Saud, which was crypto Jews that the elder brothers going into, and they placed them in Saudi Arabia as assets to Great Britain and the United States government. And what they did was they started getting together, and because Saudi Arabia, you know, is rich in the resource they rich in is oil. So they're really crypto Jews. They're not really Arabs. Just like the Turkish government, the Ottoman Turks, they go back to the Ottoman Turks. They took on the religion of Islam, but they really Edomites.
Yeah,
That's why the Turkish government is a part of NATO. They know that. They know their history. You know?
Yeah, the House of Saud made a deal with, you're right, Great Britain, and the United States is involved in that, all right, to tie crude oil to the U.S. dollar. So if you look, even I heard Xi Jinping, all right, I have to look into that. But don't be surprised if a lot of these great leaders, all right, are actually crypto Jews.
Like the House of Lee.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
The House of Lee.
I was about to say that. I'm sorry.
Yo, the House of Lee, which was so-called Chinese Moabites. They're part of that 13 family, the House of Lee.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the Lee family.
Yeah, the Lee family. So and they so-called Moabites, but they really could be Edomites. You know what I'm saying?
You had this guy Genghis Khan. They think he was a Moabite, but he was an Edomite. And he was over there in that land of Moab and impregnating a whole bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? So just same way. Look, the same way we know. Okay, well, look, this person, you know, we're Israelite. You know, they actually do deep dive and so-called white man turn over every fucking little cranny. All right, you really go into all this stuff, man. All right, and they know their history. Like you said, these particular royal families, these crypto Jews, all right, they'll know, but they'll never let the public know.
Another thing I want to bring out, you see, the Rothschilds control the whole society, the whole world. So they set up kings, they set up prime ministers, they set up prime ministers, dictators, presidents. All these people that's in power right now are puppet minions of the Rothschild family and the 13 family. So they know. And you ain't gonna, like Barack Obama, him becoming president, he came out, he was ready for George Bush and Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
So we know that he was ready for George Bush and Dick Cheney, man.
Yeah. And he didn't have no real birth certificate, some shit like that.
Nah, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So Barack Obama was a puppet for the American government, and what he did was, he did the bidding of international bankers. His job was to increase welfare. His job was to increase welfare, give the public traceable phones, Obama phones, and the ultimate job was from Barack Obama was to legalize the marriage of the happy people. And that's what he did.
He created a bunch of wars.
What he gave you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, he gave you welfare, and he legalized homosexuality for you jakes, man. That's what he did. Yeah, bro, you got it.
2 Corinthians 2:11. Let Satan should
Satan, all right,
Yep.
which the spiritual demon Satan has a physical counterpart on the earth. That's the so-called white man. All right, so him, so-called white man, go ahead.
Yep. Salah.
Go good.
2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us. For we are not ignorant of his devices.
The word ignorant means to not know. But how do we know that the so-called white man is going around masquerading himself and putting different identities upon himself? Why? Go ahead, right?
I got it in my head.
Yep.
This is Isaiah chapter 25, verse 7. And I will destroy in this mountain
Mountain represents government, okay?
the face of the covering,
Face, mask, all right? The face of the cover, that mask, go ahead.
cast over all the people.
Cast over all the people, just like I said. The so-called white man is running a movie, all right, and took these nations, all 18 nations, and casted them in particular roles. He got himself playing the role of a Jewish person today, all right, and we're playing the role of Africans or what have you, all this type of bullshit. All these names that the so-called white man is coming up with to call these different nations are not in the Bible, man.
Right.
What nation today is calling himself by the biblical nations in the Bible? None. The so-called white man did this. Elam. It was over there in India. Elam was in the land of India, called themselves Indians, right? East Indians, right? Then guess what the so-called white man did? Split it in two. Now you're Pakistani. When they're both the same shit.
You Pakistani and you Indian. That's what he
But
Esau
they're the
does.
same shit. There's no Pakistan, I'm Pakistani, and no, I'm East Indian. No, y'all all fucking Elamites. So-called white man, Britain split them in two. He did the same shit with Taiwan.
He did the same thing
Korea.
with North Korea. North Korea and South Korea. You know? Hey, he did the same thing with Germany. South Germany and East Germany until they became
East and West.
East Germany. It's like East Germany and West Germany until they came together again after the Berlin Wall came down, man.
And the term Arab is not a people.
It's called mixed, man.
Arab is a mixture. America is Arab. It's a mixture of all these different nations. But what you got over there in that land is a mixture of Ishmaelites and Elamites. See?
That's right. So it's back in Isaiah chapter 25, verse 7. And I will destroy in this mountain.
And how's the Lord destroying it? The Lord is using that feed horn, man. He's using the prophets, all right? And there's other people out there coming out with the truth, all right? But mainly the Lord is using his prophets to destroy this mountain. Go ahead.
The face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
The veil and the covering, all right? So we letting the world know, all right, who the true people of the Lord, which is the main thing, all right? That's the main thing. That's the main covering they want covered up, all right? It's letting our people know who they are. They don't want our people to know who they are.
Well, can I say this real quick?
Go ahead. And who they are.
You had these fucking devils going back to Alexander the Greek, changing the names of different lands to their own names. And Esau still do this to this very same day. And also, he changed the names of the people, so they don't know who they are.
What the so-called white man has done is he's pretty much said your nationality is determined on the land you reside.
Which is bullshit.
Which is bullshit. Your nationality is determined, we read it, by the house of your father.
That's right.
Okay? And when he can do that, that's when he can be all sneaky. That's when he can say, you know what? Even though I'm a so-called Jew, I'm going to go over here in this person's land and shit, infiltrate, adopt their culture. Now I'm one of them.
And that's what they did. What they did was they changed all the biblical names of all these different nationalities and gave them their names. Moab became China. Japan. I'm saying Ammon became Japan. You know, the Israelites became Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, Dominicans, and whatever the case. Whatever I was like, you know, that word Dominican means Sunday. How the fuck you? And I asked Dominicans, yo, you know what the word Dominican means? Sunday. So you Sunday?
The so-called white man has adopted ancient tactics from previous civilizations, namely the Assyrians.
Yeah.
Now, when one would want to form a revolt, what you would do is you would take a nation out of that land, put another people in that land, and what that does is confuse it. Now you're in a different land, y'all don't speak the same language, and that will form the revolt. And that's what the so-called white man has done. He's took people and put them in different places and mixed it up and said, you this and you that. And it's just left them confused.
See, that's what these devils does. They're not prolific, they're not original. They steal ideas and customs from different nations that Esau studies. All the ancient civilizations before them. He studied the Assyrians and their military tactics. He studied the Babylonians, their military tactics, how they move. That's why you got ancient Babylonian customs to this day in America. They study the Medo-Persian Empire, the Greeks, the Romans, and that's why you got Roman infrastructure and Greek infrastructure in America. What's on the American Express credit card?
Centurion.
A Centurion, man. They show you, man. They show you. You just don't leave home without it. Well, it's crazy, man.
So
I think that's his slogan, bro.
That's it. Yeah, that's the slogan. Yeah.
So, Proverbs 22 and 28. Remove not the ancient landmark.
Move not the ancient landmark. And that's what they've done. All right? Swap people around, put this person over here. Right now, you got 3 different nations fighting over a land that don't even belong to them. All right? None of those people over there fighting for the land of Israel. It doesn't belong to them. It doesn't belong to the so-called Jew. It doesn't belong to the Elamite or the Ishmaelite. It belongs to the people here on this side, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. We've been removed from that land. Go ahead.
Remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set.
Yeah. And like my man Abdul, I always get his name fucked up, but that president in 1952 of Egypt said, say it again?
Gamal Nasser.
Gamal Abdel Nasser. All right, Gamal Abdel Nasser said, all right, the Jews left black, came back white. Henceforth, there shall no longer be peace in this land. Roughly paraphrasing. All right, and he was prophetic in that. All right, because that's been the case. There's never been peace in that land. All right, since we left that land. All right, because the Bible tells you in the Book of Kings, that land over there, the land of Egypt, is like the human body. So if you have like a virus in it or what have you have like a virus or some sort of disease, your body's gonna fight against that disease so you die. Your immune system is gonna fight against it. So if you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments in that land, the land fights against you. All right, that's actually in the Book of Kings, man. All right, remember we were talking about that deportation and importation? When the Assyrians brought them foreigners in there, the land was fighting against them. That's how come they had to get Israelite priests or what have you, tell them how to keep the laws. And that's how you have this whole story with the Samaritan.
But then the Lord was having wild beasts devour them people, lions, devour them people that was in that land because they was not keeping the customs in that land. So they like the elder priest said, they sent prophets to teach the people, and priests to teach the people the way of the land, so they won't be getting devoured by these beasts. Hey man, you gotta understand the history. You understand the history, you know the mysteries of these breakdowns, man.
So with that said, and that understanding, then there's no point in going to the land of Israel. There's no point in taking a passport and going there. Even amongst the so-called Hasidic Jews, all right, that are protesting Zionist Jews. Why is that? Somebody get Isaiah 14:1 real quick. The Hasidic Jews are saying them so-called Jews over there are not supposed to be there because they got put there by the Arthur Balfour Declaration. All right, Arthur Balfour declared pretty much the United States would help intervene in World War II if the so-called Jews in Eastern Europe were given the land in Israel. That's how they got there. But the Bible says different. That's what the Bible says.
This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1, and it says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land.
Go ahead.
And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob."
So the Lord is supposed to set us in that land. And not only that, if they say, well, God put us in the land in a roundabout way, but how come the strangers aren't cleaving to you? How come the so-called Palestinians aren't cleaving to the so-called Jew over there? Because they're not the real people, man.
That's right.
All right? They're fighting tooth and nail, and Ishmael is a wild fucking man.
That's right.
There's a clip, brother, sport of an Ishmaelite with the son and his kid, putting his kid in front of the military troops, waving the Palestinian flag. He was like, let them shoot you. That's what he told his son. He said, go over there, throw rocks at them, let them shoot you. And the kid fucking did it. So they wild.
Yeah.
All right? That's how come they're going to be the ones, that they're going to be the nation that the so-called Jews try to push that's going to escalate this World War III. All right?
You got to understand.
Real quick, because all these, all these other nations have fallen under the influence of Western beliefs, Western customs, all right? Western philosophies, democracy, if you will. But Ishmael will never fuck, yo, you can have matter of fact, you can have $1 billion, all right? Go to a goddamn Ishmaelite over there in the Middle East
Try to get him to
and say, yo, denounce Muhammad. I'll give you all this cash right here. He's gonna say, fuck you, all right? Ishmael stand on that shit. And that's what's gonna, the so-called Jews are gonna try to provoke Ishmael, and it's gonna lead to World War III because Ishmael has an entangling alliance, okay, with other superpowers of the world.
That's right.
They're not gonna bend, man. They stand on that Quran shit to the point they'll blow them fucking selves up. You got, when the United States went to war, I'll give it to you real quick. When the United States went to war in the Middle East, you have all these different American troops with helmets and guns and different art. The latest technology, Ishmael was out there in a fucking button down.
Right,
And a button down with sandals and shit just going, he's wild, man. Because they like, look, I'm not giving up my 16-year-old version. They're not gonna do it. So you're gonna keep fucking with them, but it's gonna escalate to this World War III.
But you got to understand this too. These Ishmaelites, they stand firm in what they believe, like the priest was saying, and they're willing to die for the cause. So therefore, what they're going to do is they're going to go hard against these Israelis because everybody in the Middle East know. You see, you got to understand something. Everybody, they have the records. So it's the Psalms, the 83rd chapter. Everybody's confederate against Psalms, the 83rd chapter. Everybody's confederate against the Israelites. So they know the history. They know who the true Israelites are. That's why they ain't trying to make peace with them goddamn gutter rats over there, man. They know the history, man. Why do you think there's no peace over there in that land? And the Most High set it up that way. Even though they know, but the Lord is revealing it slowly and surely. It's being revealed through his prophets. And now you even got Edomites on TikTok revealing that the Ashkenazi Jews over there are not the true people. So it's being revealed through social media, mainly through the prophets on social media, and Edomites are watching these videos, and they also let their tongue fall upon themselves, and they revealing the truth, man. You got it back, bro.
This is Genesis chapter 16, verse 12. I'm gonna read it in NLT. I'm sorry, 11, NLT. And it says, and the angel also says, you are now pregnant and will give birth to a son. What are you reading? Genesis 6 and 11. Read from NLT. I'll read one of the points that we talk about Ishmael. All right. It says, you're to name him Ishmael, which means Most High hears, for the Lord has heard you crying in distress. All right, that's the point. This son of yours will be a wild man, and as untamed as a wild donkey. He will raise his fist against everyone, and everyone will be against him. Yes, he will live in open hostility against all his relatives.
All right, so that's Ishmael for you, right? Who's Ishmael's relatives, man? Esau, right? Jake, you know what I mean? He wilds out, all right? But guess what? The Most High put in the spirit, is that spirit in him, all right? So these prophecies could be fulfilled, because if Ishmael was like a docile nation you could easily influence, then there would be no World War III. But Ishmael is going to fight tooth and nail. And I'll say this much about Iran, okay? Iran don't need nuclear missiles. Iran has the Strait of Hormuz. And the Strait of Hormuz, S-T-R-A-I-T, the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow passage, all right, controls 25% of the world's oil. All they got to do is EMP that shit, and that'll turn everything over on its head for a day. Right? So they hold... So Iran has power, man. Okay? So
they do have nuclear missiles, Iran. Because they testified ICBM missiles.
And you know what, too, brother? We don't even need proof. Because
they testified an ICBM nuclear missile like 2 weeks ago.
Well, there you go. But the thing
gave it to them?
That's the point I want to hit home. They don't even have to outright say we have it or not. It's who they allied with, man. They allied with superpowers. All these, that's why the nations, that's in the scriptures. Let them that say that are weak now say I'm strong. All these nations are now allied in some way, shape, or fashion with a superpower that has nuclear capabilities to destroy the United States, man.
You know the crazy thing about it too? Even North Korea has nuclear capabilities because they made an alliance with Russia. So you know that Russia gave them nuclear missiles, man? The 30th chapter.
Yeah. Russia's been pretty much a guard onto the Middle East and all these different particular nations, man. All right, that don't fuck with America. America, get on Rebecca. Yeah, not Rebecca, I'm sorry, Obadiah.
Yeah, I got it.
Them that were Confederate with you.
I got you.
1 and 7.
This is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 5. It says, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer with all his bands.
That's all those Middle Eastern countries, all right? Turkey, all right? Go ahead.
The house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them.
Right, because Russia is a guard onto Iran, which doesn't fuck with Israel. Guard onto Syria. You know Syria has 6 wars with the state of Israel. Libya.
Ethiopia.
Yep, all of them, man. All of the nations that don't fuck with not just America, maybe Israel, man. The state of Israel is hated big time over there in the Middle East.
Because
everybody knows. They know the history that look, these fucking crackers came over here from a declaration. They don't belong there at all. You know what I'm saying? They know that.
Togarmah, let's talk about Turkey.
Yeah,
Turkey, they coming up against, even though they're part of NATO, they come up against Israel, and they come up against the American government, and they send warships over there, and to be has to protect the Pakistanis, man. So what this situation going on in the Middle East is leading to, man? It's leading to Armageddon.
Yo, the thing is, Turkey is playing both sides.
Yeah.
Because Turkey did a deal with NATO, with the United States to get F-35 Raptors, right, which is the United States bomber. But at the same time, they're doing deals with Russia to have S-300s.
Well, guess what?
Hold on, let me finish this up. But the thing with that is, NATO, you can't do that. You can't have the codes and the wherewithal to have F-35s and then have S-300s, because not only is a conflict of interest, but other sides, opposing enemies, could reverse engineer your technology. See what I'm saying?
Turkey also became holding place for United States nuclear weapons. They got a stockpile of nuclear weapons that they hold in Turkey because Turkey became it was a province of NATO. So Turkey's holding nuclear weapons that's been stored there, that they're going to use the same nuclear weapons that America gave them to destroy America. Dig that shit. Yeah. Look it up. Turkey holds America's nuclear weapons, man.
No matter what, the scriptures tell us eventually that Turkey, Omar, is going to take the sides of the Russians, right? Even though they're part of NATO now, when World War III kick, they're going to be on the side of the Russians. Even allies, America's top ally, Great Britain, is going to be on the sides of the Russians when World War III kick. America's going to do something. We're going to read it.
This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 7. All the men of that confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
The one that are at peace with thee, what does that mean? All these different particular treaties that the so-called white man has signed with each nation, they're going to break it against America. All right? The so-called white man is known to break treaties and contracts. He's not a man of his word. All right? So they're going to do that amongst themselves. That's right. Scriptures tell you, if Satan be against Satan, how can his house stand? And these Edomites are against each other. Right?
It says, all the men of that, back to Obadiah chapter 1, verse 7, all the men of that confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men of that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Have deceived you, all right? Because here it is, America thinking, okay, this is my ally, that is my ally. But guess what? Game of Thrones is real life. They going behind and making deals and cutting corners of each other. Don't you know not even the Rothschilds are all on the same page, man?
That's right.
They have like in-family fightings, if you will, of who's gonna rule next.
That's
So
right.
it's the same shit.
You had the people all wanted the Iron Throne, but guess who everyone feared and no one knew who they were? The Iron Bank. They were the most powerful. They was like, they didn't care about titles. Nobody, their whole shit was fortified. They got a lot of idols at that big ass statue they had, but that shit was like a fortress, yo. They shit was like a fortress.
They were showing you that. They were showing you that, like that dude, the Rothschild said, "Look, I don't give a fuck who won the country.
Yeah.
Just whoever won the money supply, that's who's gonna charge."
Yeah. Iron Bank can have his scoop.
It says, which have deceived thee and prevailed against thee, they that eat that bread have laid a wound under thee.
Yeah, because basically in the ancient world, the term breaking bread, as Jake say now, let's break bread, all right, it goes back to ancient customs of establishing a covenant, right? When you really get the chance, look up the covenant of bread and salt. That's in the scripture, the covenant of bread and salt, which when we break bread, that means we're making the covenant, and the salt means this covenant shall be preserved, because salt was used to preserve things in the ancient world. So meaning our covenant shall be preserved, you know what I mean? Right?
It says, they that eat that bread have laid a wound against thee. Now, this day and time right now, it's called military and financial aid that America has given to these different nations. So they can be in cahoots with them. Because you got these different military nations, these different nations that's not financially doing good. So what they do is, the United States government pump them up billions of dollars every year and control them different nations because of what they do for them. So now these different nations taking all that military asset, and they're also sending them United States made military hardware. Because they ain't confederate with them. But guess what? It says, like it says in the scriptures, all that eat that bread, taking your financial aid, your military aid, they're going to turn around and fuck you over. It says, have laid a wound under thee, and there is none understanding in it. They ain't gonna know what the fuck happened. They go, what the hell happened? Why they flip on us? Because what the fuck you doing all over the four corners of the earth, man? All these different nations are looking at this right here and laying it to heart. Like, okay, I'm seeing this, they doing this in this nation. What about me? What makes me exempt from being targeted and bombarded with different missiles like they do in this country?
Yep. The jig is up. You saw Isaiah 47.
Yeah.
Isaiah 47. It's not the same. Like I said, it's not the 90s and some shit where you can just dictate the media. Now everybody's their own news reporter. They just record what they see and they throw it on TikTok, and that's how come you have college students, like I was saying over at the main camp, protesting what's going on over there in the Middle East. All right, they say, nah, man, these so-called, and the so-called Jews, as much as they try to twist the narrative, tell you, because Dave Chappelle was like, yo, nah, man, what they doing over there is fucked up to the Palestinians. You have people walk out, what have you. That was over there, that was on the news, all right? But people are saying, nah, man, they bombing, quote-unquote, innocent people. Now you're going to start to see the real nature of the so-called Jews. Hey, man, they waking up to it. Yep, hell yeah.
So Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1, it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Actually, drop that. Let's go to Luke 12 and 2, because that's mainly like America.
All right, this is Luke chapter 12. It's Luke chapter 12, verse 2. And it says, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known.
Exactly. So the light's being shut on all the secrets. All right. And again, that's the Most High doing that. It starts first and foremost with the prophets of the Lord. Okay. We're the main ones. We're the main vanguard onto the truth. Okay. But guess what? The Lord is putting the spirit on all these different people out here in the world. All right. Pick up a camera phone and record things that aid in the prophecies, man.
That's right.
Joel, the 3rd chapter. Want to get that, Joel 3:9? All right.
Joel 3:9. I got it. It says, proclaim, Joel 3:9, proclaim ye this. It says, proclaim ye, slack it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men.
Prepare war. All right, that's the proclamation we have to the nation. Cold wars lead to hot wars. And there's been many cold wars and skirmishes over there in the Middle East, all right? But guess what? That was prophesied in Matthew the 24th chapter. Wars, rumors of wars. But just like how you kindle a large fire, you know, you put a little bushel and put some oxygen on it slowly, you know, but guess what? That small fire that you put together can take down a whole forest. You know what I'm saying? So that's that little skirmish and shit that's going on, that it's been building up for years, man. It's been building up for years. So when World War III kicked, that tension is already, you know?
Yeah, that fire is ready kindled.
It's already kindled.
It says, proclaim, Joel chapter 3, verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up.
Yeah.
It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears.
Which men actually did in the ancient world, all right? But the modern day version of that is those instruments that were mentioned were instruments used for agriculture, all right? So the Lord's saying, look, instead of fucking putting your money into getting wheat and grain and all that, invest in war.
In your military.
In your military, and that's what these guys are doing. And that's another thing too. People are saying, wait a minute, how can I support the so-called state of Israel against Palestine when the state of Israel has an army? So-called Palestinians don't. They don't have an army. You know, they're talking about, yo, you know, this rocket got shot down by Palestinians. How? Bullshit. You can't eyeball and have a rocket and shoot a helicopter. Come on, man. That's damn near impossible. That's like telling a regular person to hit a golf ball and your first shot's a hole-in-one. You ain't gonna do that shit, man. But now, that's what I'm saying. People are waking up to the bullshit because people are saying, how could a regular person just pick up a rocket and shoot down a helicopter? First shot.
An untrained person picking
Even
up
a
a
trained
helicopter.
guy, you don't do that shit.
Yeah.
You should shoot down a fucking a military grade helicopter. That shit don't happen.
You'll have a hard time with taking regular civilian, you know, what's them civilian scopes and them cameras we be having, and when you zooming in, like say like moon or whatever, you gotta really focus that joint. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So that's bullshit.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Them so-called Palestinians and Edomites over there, they don't got a fucking chance against an Israeli army, man. Not only that, the Israeli army is backed by America.
And that's why
So how the fuck are they the victims?
And that's why they're being bombarded to shit. See, that's what Eastwood does. They do a lot of shit behind. You see, the media keep a lot of things behind under wraps. You don't know. But when something happens, see, they commit a lot of atrocities. So when these different people that's being oppressed and being shot at constantly, when they rebel and strike back, well, now it's a terrorist attack. Now Israel plays the victim, like a lot of women plays the victim. They can be talking shit, doing all kind of shit, getting in your face, and they even put hands on you. But you put hands back on them, now they playing the victim. Oh shit, you hit me.
Yes, sir.
You know what else is crazy too? The so-called Jew can't stop TikTok. TikTok right now is controlled by China.
Yep.
And that shit got billions of people on that shit, man.
All kind of videos coming out.
All kind of videos. And this shit is only like a second. You know what I mean? So that shit could easily get a 5 million views. So that's how come people are seeing this shit in real time. Ain't no CNN edited in real time the shit that's going on over there, man. And coming to their own conclusions and saying, how the fuck are you guys the victims?
Why do you think that America's trying to ban TikTok? Why do you think America's trying to ban TikTok? Because TikTok is bringing out all the information that these devils want suppressed, that you don't see on CNN, MSNBC, BBC News, YouTube. You put a video up on TikTok exposing these devils, I guarantee you receive a strike. That's why you gotta be selective in what you put up on YouTube right now, because you're trying to expose the war in Gaza between the Palestinians and the Israel. I'm saying, and the Israelis. Now, you put that on. You put that on there. You're gonna get a strike because they're gonna take it down.
You can't even say allegedly, huh?
Of course not.
You got algorithms, bro, and it's crazy because they got robots programmed for certain keywords in all your videos. When I got the strike, it told me the exact time and shit where I said something so-called offensive.
Yeah.
So they got keywords that you can't do to speak against your masters.
That's
and
right.
again, that's how you know who truly is running the society, man. The person you can't speak about. That's who really has. That's who has ruled over you. Okay.
That's right.
Who's reading?
That was
Joel. You're Joel,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, Joel. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
And the weak have become strong, all right? Whether they declare openly or secretly, they have nuclear weapons now. And if they don't have it, they're entangled or aligned with somebody that do have it, man. So that shit that you did back in 40s,
Yeah,
bombing of,
1945, Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
yeah, y'all even made a fucking movie about it, called
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer, all right? Them so-called the Ammonites over there, them so-called Japanese, they remember that shit, man. They waited for the day. They like, yo, we're gonna get our fucking revenge, man. And our revenge was not Pearl Harbor. We're gonna get some real fucking revenge, not some planned op bullshit.
That's right. It says, assemble your, this is back in Georgia, the 3 verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about.
All right, but where? Read it.
Never cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord.
The angels. Right?
Let the heathen be awakened and come down to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat.
Yahweh Shaphat.
Or the valley of Jehoshaphat.
The valley of Jehoshaphat. Yahweh Shaphat. Elders break down, apostles break down. Yahweh Shaphat is the Most High's decision.
Yahweh's decision.
What's the Most High's decision? Judgment. Okay, that's gonna take place in the Middle East, man. That's why all this shit is happening now, because ultimate judgment is gonna start in the Middle East, man. Right? Most High bring him full circle, right by his homeland. By the way, these so-called Negroes out there that's over in the land of Israel right now, all right, calling themselves Israelites or what have you, that shit gonna get burnt to smithereens, man.
You run along with them.
Yep. So a passport, you can't passport Israelite yourself, man. You can't fly over there and say, I'm going to be Gucci and escape this destruction. Because that land is going to be destroyed, man. Except for the elect over there, right?
It says, let the heathen be awakened and come down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. It says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe.
The harvest is ripe. What's the harvest? The harvest is the end of the world.
Right.
Okay, that's in Matthew 13 chapters, all right?
It
We're
says,
ripe for the end of the world. And literally the only thing we need done is that chip.
that's
The
right.
mark of the beast. Once that's implemented, everything is already pretty much set, man. Domino effect.
That's right. It says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down to the press. It says, for the press is full, the fats overflow.
And that's all symbolic of the wickedness, man.
It's going to say,
Right.
for their wickedness is great.
Yeah, man. All right? Just recently, I did a lesson on this shit. Fucking Dwight Howard, man.
Oh, it's
Right.
fucking homo.
Declared his sin in Sodom. At one time, you're downloaded. Now the nigga just said, because he got caught forcing himself. Yeah, he got caught forcing oral sex on a he-she, which is no such thing as a he-she. It was 3 niggas in a room, all right?
One pretended to be a woman.
2 pretending to be a woman, and 1 pretending to be a man. Okay, that's it.
And what he did was, threw the nigga on the floor and rammed his rod in his
No, that's not what he did. That's not what was alleged. What was alleged was Dwight Howard forced oral sex on a goddamn trainee. The trainee saying he forced himself on me to get pretty much oral. So this guy was blowing another dude, man.
So, Dwight Howard blew the dude, or the dude blew Dwight Howard?
Dwight Howard blew the dude, man.
So, oh shit.
He pinned the dude, pinned the
Oh,
fucking nigga. Yeah.
shit.
So,
Bogus.
and then instead of in the past where the nigga would always lie about it because he wanted to be in the NBA, nigga said no, everything was consensual.
So what happened was,
And he said whatever goes on in a man's, but why y'all care about what goes on in a man's bedroom? So wait a minute, why was not your tone? years ago, nigga. When them allegations were going against you years ago.
So this dude slammed the nigga down, towering over him, slammed him down, pulled his pants down, and forced fellatio on him.
Which I don't even get how that makes any sense, man.
Maybe the dude was but people look at dude. But maybe
my
it's
whole
people.
shit is this. You get in the head, how can you get a rent? How, you know what I mean? How is it forced? You know what I mean? How you, if your shit's going up,
You enjoying this?
Yeah, exactly. So,
That shit is sick, bro.
it's all sick, it's all disgusting, but now the new mantra now is, it's not, yo, that's some sick, nasty shit. It's, yo, man, right, man, whatever goes on in a man's bedroom, that's his business. Which, okay, when it's a man and a woman, all right, but if it goes outside the confines of the law, all right, then guess what? It was public business in the ancient world. You'll be put to death for that shit, man.
So time out. So Dwight Howard raped the tranny.
Force oral sex on a tranny.
That's rape. That's great, bro.
And
That's
check
great.
this out. That's
God
a law.
damn, bro.
First and foremost, it's a law. They got to be put to death, right? And then second, also it's disease prevention.
This nigga's a
Yeah.
demon, man.
All right, that's it. I ain't gonna,
Yeah, man.
disease
You know
prevention.
what's sick about that?
Right?
What's sick about that is you got these fucking flames out there, all right, laying down with men, getting diseases, but guess what? They also into women and spreading the disease into these women. That woman that are into straight men. So that's why you gotta chop the snake off at his head, man. And that's what Leviticus 20 and 13 tells you to do.
The crazy thing is, you can't
Let
even.
him remember something.
So Isaiah chapter 3, verse 9,
That's what I brought out.
it says, they show of their countenance to witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not.
Now, the show of their countenance, the scriptures tell you, you can tell what type of man a man is from his gait, his walks, his mannerisms. And niggas already got videos of Dwight Howard on a basketball, trying to put his finger up and do his butthole.
What?
Yeah.
Tell me,
Nigga fell down with the guy, and he's trying to put his hand up in there. The dude was like that, and Dwight kind of played it off and got out quick. There's another video, came after an interview,
So they
and he
both
put
fell
his
together.
hand, you saw that
Yeah, I
shit?
seen that.
He put his hand into some dude's rod. Nigga was like, yo, what the fuck you? So, there was always signs like, look, this nigga ain't right, man.
But Dwight Howard.
I was about to say, but the NBA made them do sign NDA, so fuck up the business, right? That's
well-
most likely what
Well,
happened.
that's
right?
what the trainee said too. The trainee was like, this nigga was trying to get me to sign an NDA. So a lot of these NBA niggas and NFL niggas, they big flames, man. But
Hey, you
guess
don't
what?
put that out?
But guess what? They have these people sign NDAs, man, to keep that shit on the hush. Yeah.
Non-disclosure agreement.
You know who brought that out about the NFL? Charles Haley. You know who Charles Haley is, right? Charles Haley played for the Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. I'm gonna bring him up real quick. Charles Haley. There you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he played for the 49ers and the Cowboys. Here you go, right here. And he brought out, he was saying that he don't know why a lot of players in the NFL will come out as they homosexual. If you gay, you gay. This will bring them my way, you know? He
That's
said,
what Cameron said about Dwight.
that he was like, yo, Charles Haley said that he didn't take showers after the game in the because you got a lot of dudes that was cock watchers. And he didn't like that. He felt uncomfortable. So he would just get in this car and go home, or go to his hotel, but take a shower in his hotel privately. He didn't take a shower, but after the game, everybody's in the shower, shower and everything. He had a bunch of unsavory acts going on in that locker room.
Yo, it's crazy. Yo, we gotta bring out Romans 1:24. It shows you how twisted this nigga is in the mind on Dwight Howard because they revealed the text messages. And Dwight was saying shit like, yo, let me see that dick.
What?
Yeah, and putting like, the drooly emoji. All that.
That shit is crazy.
No, he said,
bro.
let me see the eggplant. And they showed the message the guy sent, but they don't show the picture. You see the drooling emoji. And then after that, the nigga Dwight Howard said, I want to make it clear I'm not gay. So it's like,
So if you
yo,
if
that
you looking at
nigga's
comments,
sick in his head.
if you look at that cock and drool, and then you take a man and throw him down and give him and force head on him, get a man some head that he don't want, you're not gay. But then again, like you said, if the man is forced, listen, somebody forces shit on me, I'm not gonna get hard. The nigga got hard, so therefore he enjoyed the shit.
But the whole shit is this nigga's sick in the head because that is homosexual, man. All right, you're getting aroused and getting off by the same sex. And the nigga said, come through. All right, my son is asleep. So
that means he had a woman, he had a son, and
yeah, I got kids. Yeah.
He got like 5 or 8 kids.
Yeah, he was sneaking them. That's what I'm saying. You got these goddamn homos playing both sides of both teams, all right? And that's how the disease is spreading because you got women that are just into men think this dude is, yo, bro, years ago, there was some chick I fucked with. After I cut her off, she came back telling me some story about how she contacted herpes. And she was like, and it was crazy because when I was fucking with her, she was heavy on your safe sex, make sure you're safe sex. I don't think I ever fucked with her. I did it. Because she said, nah, we're not gonna fuck raw until you get tested, and I just never really got to the shit like that. But after me, she came back, she was like, y'all got her. I was like, what the fuck? How? I'm like, you the most sick. She was like, it turns out the nigga that I was with, the nigga was a down low homo. And he was behind my back fucking mad niggas, and because to get sex from a woman is somewhat difficult, man. Depending on who you are. But for the most part, it ain't easy. But these homos,
they giving that shit up.
Yeah, they'll have 5, 6 partners. They'll go crazy and spread shit amongst. So that's what the nigga was doing, all right? And he gave it to her.
This is Romans chapter 1, verse 24. It says, Wherefore the Most High also gave them up.
No, start at 1 and 22, I believe.
You start the first verse.
No.
Romans chapter 1 and 22, it says, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools and changed the glory of the uncorruptible power into the image made like to the corruptible man.
So the Apostle Paul is going into idol worshipers. Go ahead.
And to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things.
Yep.
It says, wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanliness.
So since they were idol worshiping, all right, doing unclean things, because when you serve these idols, you gotta do a lot of unclean shit, all right. So the Most High said, "Go."
It says, wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanliness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their bodies between themselves.
Go ahead.
Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie?
What's the truth? A man and a woman laying down together and bringing forth children. That's how it should be. Go ahead.
And worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. It says, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections.
Vile affections. Go ahead, how? What you did was vile and sick. All right, you have demons on you. Heavy demons on you. Your mind is so warped that you think you're fucking straight.
The demons just fuck with your mind, bro.
That's that prison mentality where they be on some as long as they're not getting penetrated, but they're doing the penetration, that means they're not gay.
And another thing too is they saying it's not gay is if a man lays with a trans woman. Oh, it's a trans woman. So it's a woman now, that's not, no.
He's in transition, man. Being,
I don't give a fuck. Because some of these trans, I say this much.
ew.
Some of these trans women look just like women. All right? If you look at that, if you look at a so-called trans woman, you're like, oh shit, that look good. I wouldn't say that's some homo shit. I would say some homo shit is if you know that's a man and then you know what I'm saying? Because they could put a wig on, they could look just like a fucking woman. They can do anything to look just like a woman. You can say, look, this is a woman. Okay, she look good. Guess what? She was born in it. Was that one or not?
No.
I done seen some of them. I was walking past.
She look nice.
I was walking past Columbia University. I'm like, whoa, wait. I was like, whoa. I look at the feet.
Look.
I look at the feet. I was
Bro,
like, nah.
You can't do that. You can't even do that. You can't say, let me look at the hand. The only way you can probably know is if they had kids or pregnant. Because guess what? They're doing shoulder surgery, rib surgery, all this type of shit. So the gay shit is this. The gay shit is this. If the person comes out and say, I was born a man, and you act upon that, well, that's some homo shit. because that's still a biological man.
Man,
You know
we
what
need
I'm saying?
salvation, man.
See?
We need salvation.
So for you to say, because the logic is, their reason is, oh look, just like a woman. Some of them look better than a woman, so the dude's not gay. Nah. If the person comes out and say, look, I was born a man, and that man acts upon that, that's homo, man. Yeah, bro.
I remember a while back, the elder pastor Ricard used to say, back in his like younger time, men used to avoid women with children, but nowadays you got to find a woman that has a kid, so you know that's a real woman.
That's right.
Yeah. And nowadays, another thing, nowadays you see a woman from far off, you see her walking, oh shit, that's a chick. You can't, you gotta, now you know what? Let me just wait till this motherfucker, you gotta call her a motherfucker, come upon me that I can tell, distinguish
Right here.
whether it's woman or man.
Yeah.
Got all a private investigator.
Yo, bro, like in the club, you in the lounge, you got liquor in you.
That's the worst place.
You gotta go with somebody that's sober. If you on them goddamn apps, you gotta double, what was the last time you gotta pick? You gotta do all this type of shit because they got so much shit now that you literally can't tell the difference, man. With something. You literally can't be like, yo, see, that stands out. You can't.
Well, the reason why I dumped plenty of fish and stopped going on that app because they started allowing fucking, you know what I mean? Transgenders to be on that app. So I'm like, what
Yo,
the
that should
fuck?
be required by law that they gotta.
Let's get back
All
to
right,
it.
it should be required by law that they gotta tell you who the fuck they
That's
are.
true. That's true.
It says, for this cause, the Most High gave them up unto vile affections.
Vile affections, man. Right?
It says, for even their woman did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Yeah, man, the natural use of a woman is to be impregnated, all right, and give birth. That's the natural order of things, man, but things have become so perverted. You guys know the Hodge twins?
I think so.
Oh, they used to be into like bodybuilding, right? But now they do
did
whole
fasting or whatever.
yeah.
The Hodge twins, I remember they covered a story, all right, with this goddamn transgender, right? But guess what? The transgender look like a fucking supermodel, right? Like a straight up supermodel, bro. And then the transgender said this: I'm not entitled to tell men that I'm born a man. And that was it was just like, yo, that's fucked up because that would fool them in 90. Yeah, there's no way that unless the motherfucker said it. You know what I'm saying?
That would lead to your death quick. Quick.
But that's a sick fucking world. That's a sick shit they're trying to go towards, man. You know what I mean?
And it says, and likewise, also the men.
I would say this much, man. If you've dealt with women, you're gonna fucking know, right? Once, shit come off. But still though, they've got the Photoshop and shit. Man. Yo, there was a dude on World Star. Hip Hop. He thought he was out on a date with a woman, and the title of the video was like, yo, should I tell him?
Oh shit.
Basically, should I tell? Like the nigga's out. You think he's out on a date with a shorty? He's treating the shorty and everything. Got the filter on and shit like that. Niggas thinking he's gonna land something, and the fucking title, should I tell him? That I'm bum. Embarrassing that must be,
bro.
Yeah, brother.
To be on World Star like that, and millions of people see that video, but he didn't know.
And the motherfucker didn't tell him.
So
It says, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust It says, burn in their lust one towards another.
So you might think Dwight Howard was, if you didn't know anything, you're like, man, Lord bless this dude. He's fucking 6'9", he's a freak athlete, this, that, and the third. But guess what? The Lord blessed him with that physical, whatever powers, but guess what? The Lord curses him with that demon to have him burn in the lust for his same sex, man. He can't do nothing about it. There's a demon in his mind. The Lord gave him all that wife and kids, all the type of women he could get. No, most I put a demon on you, you're gonna fucking lust after same sex, man.
even though he got women and children, he got any women he wants. He got all the money. He got all the money. Money brings power, and money brings women.
But the demon in him, he's lusting after fucking eggplants.
That's what the scriptures goes into not to covet your neighbor or to envy the wicked, because regardless of what you may see on the outside, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
Yep.
It says, men with men, working that which is unseemly.
Yeah, and there's no such thing as a trans female or a trans anything. Either you're male or Genesis 5 and 2, real quick. Genesis 5.
I got a scripture. Hold up,
All
please.
right, Genesis 5, real quick. Let's cut this whole trans, binary, non-binary. It's all bullshit.
This is Genesis 5 and 2. Genesis 5 and 2. Male and female created he them.
Now that's it.
That's it.
Now they might say, oh, that's gender. Look, what's a male? What's a female? Simple. A male, a female. What's a man and what's a woman? And a woman is an adult female. That's it. A man is an adult male. That's it. Man and woman, that's it. Male and female, that's it. That's pretty binary to me. So there's no transitioning, there's no non-binary, gender fluidity. That's all fucking fuckery. Okay?
Most I gonna kill that nigga Dwight Howard, man.
Of course, without a doubt.
It says, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was met.
So that shows you that the Old and New Testaments are in one accord, all right? It was a sinful, wicked, nasty, abominable act in the New Testament. The same thing in the Old Testament, all right? Malachi 3 and 6, the Most High don't change. Why the fuck would the Most High hate homos and all of a sudden love them next? That made no goddamn sense, man.
That's right. That's right. You got more?
I
I got something real quick right here. It's Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. Right? It says, they shall surely be put to death.
That's the point right there. So Dwight Howard, you committed a sin worthy unto death. Hey, and going back to them so-called Jews over there in the land of Israel, they have the biggest gay parade ever. All right?
Pink City.
Pink City, Tel Aviv.
right.
Right? In the Lord's land. Propping up a sin that's worthy unto death and calling yourself the Lord's people.
Every year.
Some sins, for a peace offering, a dove, or whatever animal, some sins are worthy unto death. That particular sin right there is worthy unto death, man.
It says, yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, because in Pink City, you got all kind of foul acts happening, not just men on men, but women on women. Then you got bestiality. Then you have also, in that big ass gay parade every year, they have something called kosher pig. They have festivities out there, if I'm saying the word correctly. You know, festivals out there where they got festivities, where they got trunks, you know, whipping up food and shit. You know what I'm saying? But they got something called kosher pig out there. They eat shrimps, lobsters, all that shit, which is an abomination unto the Lord, man. But guess what? They call themselves the holy people, which is bullshit, man. It says, back in Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13, it says, if a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood should be upon them.
Exactly, and that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to have a public execution. You're supposed to have a shame culture. Now that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to change that shame culture because our people, the people here on the side, they know in their spirit that shit ain't right. That's how come they have something that term down low. That's what Dwight Howard was. You think Esau does down low? Esau don't do no down. They just tell you, look, they straight up homos. But our people know inherently in their spirit that the Bible speaks against it and that they shouldn't be doing it. But now they're trying to twist the narrative and say, okay, yeah, I know it ain't right, but that's a man's business. And hey, even if you had this dude, General Hunter, years ago, you could do it in the butt, nigga. That's sodomy, nigga.
I got a precept. This is Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination.
That's it. Read it again, huh?
Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination.
Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. When you lie with a woman, you penetrate her. Men should not be penetrating each other, man. All right?
I got a little more. This is also going into what Esau loves. That's why Job said what he said.
And that's what they worship, Lester Crowley. It's called sex magic.
Sexual magic. Having sex with animals.
Underage kids.
underage kids and same-sex marriage. But with same-sex, that's called sexual magic, and it's demonic, and it conjures up demons. That's when you can cast your spells. This is it says, neither shall thou lie with any beast to defy thyself therewith.
Oh, wow, you know what's crazy? That's the next thing up, bestiality.
Yeah.
They got something now called furries. Furries are people dressed up like animals. And they say, you know, you should accept them. And that's what the top G Andrew Tate said, man. He was like, yo, if you accept everything, you stand for nothing. No, and that's the society. Accept this, accept that, accept this. Then what the fuck do we stand for? What do we stand up for?
So I gotta accept you wanting to be with a fucking horse, or and you got certain jakes now. It was a video that surfaced on TikTok that you had this woman with her legs up and watching TV and her people was eating her out. Wow. That's fucking bestiality, man. I wanted to do a video on it, but I knew that they was going to take that shit down.
Yeah,
man.
you know what, man? A lot of these fucking women nowadays, they live in that simple life with a goddamn cat or a dog, man. And guess what? They be cuddling up with them dogs. They be having the cats eating their pussy. They get women are naturally like easy to get freaky and do weird shit, man. Their mind is so malleable and prone to wickedness, man. And guess what? They're mimicking that from the so-called white woman. All right. Laying up with dogs and shit like that, man, having them beat them out.
And then, who knows that dog penetrated her? You know what I'm saying? She's sitting on her legs open watching TV with the remote in her hand, flicking the channel, and the dog is going to town on her shit.
On TikTok?
Yeah, it was on TikTok, bro.
Wow. It was a nigga woman?
Yeah, it was a nigga woman, bro.
That's crazy.
I was like, what the fuck? It was a fucking, they took it down, bro. She filmed the shit, bro. She filmed the shit herself, bro. And they happened to catch the shit, because, you know, TikTok going live video, I'm surfing, and I see this, I'm like, what the fuck? And I was trying to send it to my own channel so I could do a video on it, but they took that shit down quick, you know what I mean? But anyway, it says, neither shall thou lie with, this is Leviticus chapter 18, verse 23. Neither shall thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith, neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion.
That what shows that was going on back then. Why would that law be in place? Because they were doing that shit.
Trying to make them up.
Yeah, mimicking the heathens. Just like how they mimicked the heathens back then, the fucking Hamites, they're mimicking the so-called white man today. But
I was going to say, because since you mentioned how this whole society is all about accepting wickedness, right? Acceptance, acceptance. But the one thing they can't accept is the Lord's true people, which is the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American. They can't accept that.
Well, anything to do with righteousness, we're not supposed to accept it. Anything that does with righteousness, that's not politically correct. It is, I'm saying, can I have multiple wives? That's not politically correct, legal. But a homo, that's what I'm supposed to accept, and that's legal. So anything that goes with the scriptures and righteousness, we gotta ban that. But anything that goes with wickedness, we gotta tolerate and stand. Yo, this is the so-called white man. The so-called white man says, look, all right, how are we gonna fuck these people up? All right, I got it. We're gonna do such and such. But they're not gonna accept it. They're not gonna accept being homos, but maybe we have to come up with a way to not only make them accept it, but love it and fight for it. And that's how Satan works. He puts an idea in place. I'll break it down right now. This is what the so-called white man did. The so-called white man did the same shit he did in Genesis, the 3rd chapter. All right? Which was he beguiled Eve. He said, look, we can't just take over these people like that. They got some rugged men amongst them. We got to use the women. But how do we do that? We got to send them off to colleges, campuses. We have to create feminist class, LGBT class, and all that. And we have to make sure we got to break up the family, because the man is logical. Men are going to say, wait a minute, fuck college, fuck that. No, man and woman are supposed to be this. A man is logical. But when you break them up, and not only break them up, we have to target the kids, so let the kids go with the woman.
That's right. That's what Adolf Hitler said.
Because the so-called white man can say, no, man, let the kids go with the father. No, let the kids go with the woman. Because then, when we manipulate the woman, they're going to indoctrinate the kids for us. And now, the generation that come from them kids is going to be the degenerates that we want. And that's how the so-called white man fucking fly.
That's how they think. You know what I'm saying? Because why do you think Adolf Hitler said this right here? He said, in order to break up a family, you have to infiltrate and get into the woman's head. And if she have a weak husband, she's going to influence that husband. And once she influenced the husband, she therefore influenced the children, and therefore you have a generation of people that's fighting behind our agenda. And that's what we have to this very day. Why do you think Esau took the father out the house? You know? And I was blessed to have my father for 45 years before he passed on. My father was in my life for 45 years, man, before he passed on to the spirit world. You know? And any man has a father, they blessed, man. And they better cherish it. They better cherish that man.
I was just blessed to have my uncles and cousins that was older than me. So like if my mom's whatever she fell short on, they pick up. You get me? I was fortunate.
So,
that's what got me by too.
Any brother in the camp, any brother throughout the camps of Great Millstone, if you have a father, if you are honest with your father, you need to reconcile with your father, because your father is vital in you and to you having a good relationship, because Yahweh Shah requires you to respect your parents, man, your father and your mother, man. So it behooves you to respect your father and have a good standing with your father.
Hey, you know what's heavy? A lot of brothers don't have that, so guess what? We got blessed with the apostles.
That's right.
There's a lot of things that our apostles taught us in terms of being a man that our blood fathers did it.
And you're right about that, bro. Let me say this real quick. It's a lot of things that my father was always in my life, but there's certain things I learned from Apostle Tahar and Apostle Kabal and Apostle Ron that my father didn't taught me. He didn't teach me, man. Mainly these scriptures, man.
This is Sirach chapter 30, verse 1, and it says, "He that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel a rod."
Yeah, so you gotta correct your son. And that's the things that mothers don't do.
Right.
Because when you beating them, you don't kill him. You gotta kill it. But men know that, look, you gotta beat his ass and discipline him.
Oh yeah.
You know, why you think the fucking military is so structured and on point? Because it's discipline as hell.
But not no more. They got these women in there in positions of power. And then they got, you got these LGBT captains that was a man, now he's a woman now. You know what I mean?
Well, what I'm saying is, you know, if you fuck up in the military, there's some sort of repercussion. There's some sort of disciplinary action supposed to be taken. You do push-ups, or look, you gotta run a fucking 10 miles, some shit like that. Because they trying to chastise you so your fuck up sears in your mind so you don't do it again. Go ahead.
It says that he may have joy of him in the end.
Right, so discipline the kid. That way in the end, when he grows up, he's gonna be a man that's on point.
He that chasten his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance.
Right, and I remember years ago they got on Adrian Peterson, a former NFL player, for hitting his kid with a switch. Well, Adrian Peterson said, "Yo, I got it from my father."
I got hit with switches.
Right, but here's my shit though. Here's my shit. Okay, Adrian is following his father, right? Because they say he was a bad parent for that, but look how Adrian turned out.
Jackson 5.
Yeah, exactly. So it shows
Joe
you
Jackson.
Right.
when you discipline them kids and hey, be on your fucking shit, they turn out super on point. Go ahead.
It says, he that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
Teach your son what? The ways of your fathers. That's why it was embedded in us to teach these laws, statutes, and commandments onto our descendants, man. Go ahead.
And it says, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him.
And before his friends, he shall rejoice of him, man. All right? There's nothing better than when you raise up your son from a youth, and he's pretty much a spitting image of you. That's how come the Heavenly Father and his son Yahweh Shah, they mirror one another, man. All right? I want my son to be just like me.
That's right.
But guess what? In this fucking society, you don't get to own your son because you're at work. They're at school. So they get indoctrinated in school and social media. By the time you get home and try to instill ways into them, they come back at you. You're like, where the fuck you learn that from? Oh, daddy, the teacher said this, and then I learned this, and then my friend said, fuck that. Do what I told you. But guess what? They trying to fight against you for that, man. They'll take your kids away, lock your ass up, and you never see your child again. Now, you done try your best to raise your child, or even your daughter. You looking at them now, they all somewhere doing all sorts of madness. But you know what, brothers? That's because this is not our kingdom.
And you gotta understand something too. They'll take your kids from you, right? And give your kids to a goddamn homosexual couple.
That's right.
Where you got two men raising your child, man, and your child at young, he see that shit. He think there's nothing wrong
He's
with
gonna
that.
do that.
He think there's nothing wrong with that. So it's nothing wrong with that. I got my parents. They two men,
No, I
two
mean,
women.
If two men raise a kid, is that child gonna be rough and rugged? Hell no. He's gonna grow up to imitate what he knows. But
It says, though his father died, it says, though his father died, yet he is as though he were not dead.
right, because that seed, the ideas, those thoughts, that's what a seed is. The ideas, those thoughts have been planted in that kid's mind. So even though I'm dead and gone off, everything I've trained and taught him is planted in his mind. Is going to keep growing. That's what the enemy, the so-called white man, don't want. They don't want us teaching our kids these scriptures the right way. See, our nationality, they don't want that.
Yeah, that's why in the verse above it said, he that teaches his son grieving his enemy.
Yeah, that's why we say we're getting into exactly what teaching is. Because if you're teaching to be a homo, that ain't gonna grieve Esau.
Right.
But if you're teaching to be an Israelite, that's what's gonna grieve the enemy.
It says, though his father died, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he had left one behind. For he had left one behind him that is like himself.
Yeah. So you ever see the movies when an enemy is stealing something? He's downloading some shit off the hard drive, and it's downloading.
Right.
So all your things is downloaded into your kids.
Right.
As soon as that 99% hit, it's like you know that shit's already downloaded. You don't need me no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what the so-called white man don't want, which is teaching your kid scriptures, the Holy Bible, 100% the right way, raw and adulterated, man. And we can prove that too after that. Get 2 Timothy 3:15. There's more.
I'll read this one more verse. It says, while he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him, and when he died, he was not sorrowful.
Yeah. All right. On your deathbed, yo man, to see raise a son and know he believes exactly what you believe and he's on point. Hey man, that's a blessing, man. You know. 2 Timothy 3:15. You gotta get them young, man. When you're young, that's when the mind is malleable, man. That's when people are very impressionable. Okay? If you go in the hood, why do you think everybody in the hood looked a certain way and carry themselves a certain way? Because that's what's around them. Alright? So that's when you mold somebody. Alright?
Yeah, this is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 15. And it says, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures.
From a child. Alright? Thou hast known the Holy Scriptures. That's a huge difference than when somebody's in their later adulthood, man. Alright? It's far more easier to deal with somebody when they're young. They have not known much shit, alright, to put the scriptures in them. The younger the better. So from a child, go ahead.
It says, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation.
Exactly. That's the main thing we're dealing about, the scriptures, man. All right. That's the thing that grieves the enemy. That's the thing that deals with salvation. The holy scriptures, the holy Bible. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the scriptures, man. All right. And notice, it talks about teaching the son, the father teaching the son. It's not talking about your moms. Okay. It's the father. The father. Women are supposed to be the nurturers. Okay. But the father, he's the one that gives the instructions, man. The discipline. He's the head of the house. Okay?
After 5 years of being nursed by your mother, your father take over, something like that to that effect. Or
And look, the thing too is this, man. A father don't gotta be in his son's life like that. You know, because with men, a father is not about quantity of time. It's the quality of time. You know what I mean? The father will be out working a lot, you know what I'm saying? But the time he spends with the kids, and he's molding them. The woman can have a quantity of time, that's fine, but the father has a quality of time. But the point is, he has to have that time. But guess what the so-called white man has done? Took away that time, and he's told the woman to hate that man. Well, don't let him see you. You look just like your fucking daddy. He was a piece of shit. You tell a kid that his whole life, guess what? He's gonna say, yo, my pops was a piece of shit. Well, and real quick, brother, it shows you the fucking wickedness and the lack of accountability for these women. Because guess what? when these niggas go out here and commit all types of crimes and all types of murders, guess what they say? His daddy wasn't here. His daddy wasn't shit. But let that nigga make it to the NBA. She take all the fucking credit.
You know the crazy thing? I put up a video that I discovered on TikTok. So I put it up. It's a little short. You know, I did a short today, and it was this nigga woman, some fat obese nigga woman. She was like, I don't respect men. And then you had other women looking at her, like other black women looking at her. She was like, so the black dude in his podcast, I forgot his name. He was like, oh, so do you respect your father? She was like, I didn't disrespect my father because he never in my life. And she started laughing. So he started bringing out how the man is the foundation of having good children and everything. And she was like listening, and the other woman was agreeing with her, was agreeing with the dude. And he was like, yo, he says, it's the most high first. He said God though. He says God first, then his son, then man, then woman. So I put that shit up, know what I'm saying? I put it up, know what I'm saying? So it's on my channel, know what I'm saying? But that goes to show you that a lot of these black women do not respect black men. She said, I don't respect men. She don't respect men at all, bro.
Not that, man. The woman thinks Corinthians 7th chapter.
So what she was saying, she didn't respect men at all. At all.
Yeah, they got viral clips of these women, they getting their vows, and the preacher's saying, you know, you have to obey. We didn't go over that part. Obey. You know what I'm saying? That's like a viral thing now they doing. Yeah, man, you're supposed to obey your man. The man's supposed to run things. The man's supposed to be the head of the household. That's the way the Lord intended things to be.
Let me say something, bro, real quick. If I'm marrying some chick and then they say obey and all that, and she like, yo, that ain't a part of the situation I'm gonna do. You look at her, I'm gonna walk off. I'm gonna walk off that because now I know the type of woman I got. I'm gonna walk the fuck away from that shit, bro.
Yeah, that black bitch, the one that said that, before that, they was like, for rich or for poor, she was like, ooh. And everybody was laughing in the back, like, yo, this bitch is outright saying, look, nigga, if you go broke, I'm leaving and I ain't gonna obey you.
So that nigga was laughing too.
And he was laughing too, because he's a fucking sin.
So why, listen, once they say rich for poor, and for better, for what, you know, all that shit they be saying, if you see this bitch, and she looking at you like, she's saying like, she like bucking up to that shit, that's a red flag, nigga. Before you even got married, before you put a ring on that bitch hand, you saw multiple red flags that you were sin. That's why you at that podium with that woman. And now she's telling you she's not gonna obey you. And any chance she get to fucking leave you, if you become successful, she gonna take half of your shit, nigga. And take your kids. And take the house and have another man sit in your bed the house that you bought.
I've seen it happen.
So hey man, it does not benefit a man to get married in this society. You be a goddamn fool. Look what happened to Tyrese. Him and this bitch. Show me something.
Lord, oh I got you. 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua, and the head of the woman is the man.
That's order.
And
Order. Go ahead.
And the head of Yahushua is Yahweh.
Right. That's every organization. Right? You have a football, you have a GM, you have the coach, you have the players, you have the president, you have the order. So it's the Most High, his son Yahushua, man, then the woman. And no, we're not fucking equal. Alright? There's no equal, there's no equality. No, we're not equal. Look. Men and women are like food and water. They're different, but both are necessary. Right? So yes, we need women and men we need each other, but there's an order in things, man. And the order is this. The man is the head and the woman is the tail. The moment you start to deviate from the instructional manual of life, that's when all chaos and fuckery happens, man.
That's right.
That's why all this world is fucked up, man. Diseases and bullshit and all this is the root cause analysis is this. Deviate from the Bible.
That's right.
That's it. Once you go away from the instruction manual of life, all you're gonna have left is people leaving on their own heart, which is wickedness, man.
You got a lot of James like that the Bible bullshit. The Bible's written by white men. You don't know because you're just regurgitating what you don't heard. You never read the Bible, so you don't know nothing about the Bible. You're dealing with ignorance. And mainly, you regurgitating. You never read the Bible. You just regurgitating what you heard from somebody, from some other dumb nigga that screwed somebody out of his power. Now you regurgitating the same thing that other dumb nigga said. And all you dumb niggas are gonna be destroyed, man. But this is our lifeline. These scriptures, man. This is our lifeline, man. This is the key to our salvation. Knowing the names of Yahweh, by Yahweh Shah, and also bringing out these precepts, man. But yeah, you got it.
It's 1 John chapter 5 verse 3. It says, "For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not grievous."
That's right.
Yeah, that's right, man. So, hey, man, the commandments are not grievous, man. You see the brother say, as soon as you deviate from the scriptures, hey, man, all hell break loose, man. All right, these things is for our benefit, man. All right, the woman being under the man, hey, that's for her benefit, man. All right, a woman needs a certain level of protection, all right, and guidance. You know what I mean? So this is for our benefit, but you know, our woman and the society as a whole.
Hot in his face. Who's hot in his face?
Yeah, that's right, man. All right, so this is for our benefit. All right,
Yeah.
The society is just filled with disorder, man. There's no order, at all, man. Just do as you want, man. And what organization? All right, because this is your family. That's what it really is, man. It's an organization. That's your business right there, man. All right, you might have the CEO, you might have the assistant, right? You might have the secretary, the worker, whatever it is, man. All right, and that's how you're supposed to run it, man. It's supposed to be streamlined, all right? But our people, and especially these women, man, they fell for the okie-doke, or the serpent. And guess what? The thing about it, the women always find out when it's too late. You know what I mean? The women always find out when it's too late, when there's no recourse. All right, you 35, you 40, you got, you make some money, but no man don't want you now. You know what I'm saying? You have no recourse. Oh, I've been tricked. That's it, man. Hey, man. As I used to say, hey, buy a dog and die alone, man. And that's it.
You see that shit all the time on TikTok. These TikTok videos, these women, I divorced my man and I regret it.
Right.
I divorced my husband. I regret it. You got one nigga woman saying, I've been married 3 times and divorced 3 times, and now I'm understanding. I was thinking that it was always the men, but now I'm starting to come to realization that it was me.
Right.
Bitch said that. Nigga woman said that. She was like, yo, I've been married and divorced 3 times. Now I'm 44 years old.
Damn, bitch, the 3rd time is supposed to be the charm.
She said she been married. She been married 3 times and divorced. And she was like, at first, when she was digging in the warp, she said, when I was digging in the warp way, she said, when I was digging in the warp way, I was thinking that the men that I married and divorced, she said, by the way, I divorced all my men. They never divorced me. So they was at wrong. She said she thought they was at fault. She said, but now she's starting to think that because she was dating some other guy.
She's at what they call her epiphany stage.
So now she was dating some other dude, and she was wondering for 2 years if he gonna pop the question to her. He was like, but she told me she was married for 3. She was married 3 times. See, like, I'm not gonna be the 4th husband, you know. He said, listen, I'll date you, we can hang out, but it's not gonna be nothing other than me dating you and us hanging out. It's not gonna be serious. So a woman, 44 years old, divorced 3 times, 5 kids by 2 different men. Nobody's gonna take you serious. Who the fuck is gonna take you serious?
And that's another thing according to the scriptures. Hey, woman couldn't divorce the man. The man had to divorce the woman, man. All right, but in society, what they got? They got no fault divorce. All right, the woman, she could commit adultery. All right, she can still take all your shit. All right, in the ancient times, guess what, man? Guess what? Hey, man, the woman get divorced, the man divorced her, she leaves with nothing, man.
Yep, and that was like that in the Roman Empire.
Basically, whatever she had on her.
Right, the clothes on her back.
Yeah, because that's how come they always carry the jewelry on them. Remember you had that woman that lost that penny, she was going crazy for it?
Right.
Because that was a part of the whole thing. They had like the chains and stuff like that, where had actual gold and silver, because they cut their ass off at any time. They couldn't take shit. And that's what will keep a woman around in fear.
Right.
I was going to add too, and that's one of the spiritual things that women don't know, that our women are not aware of, as to why they always wear so much jewelry, always want to wear the earrings, the chains, the blinged out. It's just something in their spirit that makes them want to dress that way, but they don't know it goes back to in their past life. This is all I got.
Right, this is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16.
You said that this is the instruction manual of life, go ahead.
It says all scripture is given by the inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness.
That's it. All right. Again, the instruction in righteousness. So the scriptures is put up, all right, for our profit, for our instruction in righteousness. If you're not doing righteousness, guess what you're doing? Wicked fuckingness, man. All right. And that's America for you, man. So with that, we're gonna give all praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Makak, Wadash.
Double honors to the apostles. Shalom.
Shalom.